Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, man killed in suspected hit and run in St. Elizabeth. The St. Elizabeth police are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a man who was killed in a suspected hit and run along the Goshen Main Road early Wednesday morning. The body is of dark brown complexion, slim build, and about 5 feet 4 inches long. It was clad in a white t-shirt, short black jeans, and a pair of black sneakers. Reports from the Santa Cruz police are that at about 3:12 a.m., residents stumbled upon the body and alerted them. When the lawmen arrived, they reportedly saw the body lying face down with injuries to the head and hand. The scene was processed and the body was removed to the morgue. The investigators are appealing to anyone with information that can assist them with their probe to contact the Santa Cruz Police at 876-966-2289 or 876-966-6041, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Sound system operator gunned down. The Kingston East police are probing the fatal shooting of a man along Greenville Road on Monday. Killed was 57-year-old Richard Brooks, otherwise called E.T., a sound system operator of Bull Bay, St. Andrew. Reports are that about 12:25 p.m., Brooks was along the roadway in the vicinity of the Star of the East chill spot when he was attacked. The police were summoned to the scene and Brooks was found bleeding from gunshot wounds. He was removed and was pronounced dead at the Kingston Public Hospital. No motive has been established for the killing. Man charged over money bags that fell from beryllium vehicle. The police have now charged the man who was arrested in relation to the missing 2 bags of money from a beryllium security vehicle. 52-year-old driver Aldin Nelson of Harborview, Kingston 17 is charged with a simple larceny. A date is to be set for him to appear in court. The police reported that about 9:45 a.m. on Thursday, November 7, beryllium security officers were transporting money along Sir Florizel Glasspool Boulevard when a motorist alerted them that the back door of the truck was open. The police say the motorist also reported that 2 bags had fallen out along the roadway. The vehicle was reportedly en route to the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. It was reportedly carrying 48 bags with an undisclosed amount of cash. Following an alert, the vehicle was checked and it was revealed that the rear of the truck was unlocked. Despite a search of the area, the missing bags were not found. Following further investigations, the police say Nelson's home was searched and a small bag containing the money was found. He was subsequently arrested and was later charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Manchester businessman charged with a fraud over alleged sale of vehicles. 40-year-old Garfield Biggs, otherwise called Blacks, a businessman of Mandeville, Manchester, has been charged with a fraudulent conversion for allegedly failing to pay over sums for the sale of vehicles. According to the Portmore police, the charge stems from allegations that Biggs convinced the owner of a car dealership that he had customers interested in purchasing 3 motor vehicles, a Toyota RAV4, a Toyota Voxy, and a BMW 3 Series, all totaling $12.7 million. The owner of the car dealership reportedly handed over all 3 motor vehicles to Biggs. Then, sometime in May 2024, Biggs reportedly told the complainant that all 3 vehicles were sold. However, to date, he has allegedly not been able to pay over the monies owed. The business owner reported the matter to the police, and following investigations, Biggs was arrested. He was later charged following a question and answer interview with his attorney. His court date is yet to be finalized. Section of Reed's pen in Portmore under curfew. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Reed's pen in Portmore, St. Catherine. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, November 13, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. Friday, November 15. The areas of the curfew are north at the intersection of the Brayton Main Road and the West Henderson Boulevard to Brayton Boulevard, east along an imaginary line from Brayton Boulevard to the Brayton Main Road, south from the roundabout along East Mid Street to the entrance of South Brayton Boulevard, west from the intersection of the Brayton Main Road and the West Henderson Boulevard. During the curfew, all persons are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized. Woman injured on crash-prone Main Road. A resident of Spur Tree, Manchester, has agreed with road safety experts that inexperienced drivers and overweight and defective vehicles are among the main causes for accidents on the crash-prone Spur Tree Hill Main Road in Manchester. The road is not dangerous, it is the people who drive the vehicles, the resident, who opted not to be named, told the news on Wednesday at the scene of a two-vehicle crash. The crash, which involved a truck and a Suzuki Grand Vitara, resulted in a woman being seriously injured. The resident who witnessed the crash said the truck was out of control when it collided with the Suzuki, injuring the female driver. Police said about 1:15 p.m. the truck, which is assigned to PriceSmart, was traveling downhill with two men aboard when it hit the Suzuki Grand Vitara and overturned. The eyewitness told the news that the crash was terrifying as she saw it unfolding. "I saw when the truck turned over and when it hit the vehicle that was coming up the road. When it swung to cross the road, went over to this side and turned over. So basically I that me see," she said. The lady in the Vitara was spitting blood, so she went to the hospital. The men in the truck weren't hurt, the eyewitness added. The Spur Tree Main Road links Mandeville and its environs to St. Elizabeth and points west. Heavily laden, slow-moving trucks often hinder traffic on the steep, difficult hill, and there have been a number of fatal crashes involving trucks over the years. In a February 3, 2022 news story headlined "Defective Overweight Vehicles and Inexperienced Drivers to Blame for Spur Tree Crashes," Dr. Lucien Jones, Vice Chairman of the Road Safety Council and a senior police officer, said some drivers need training in how to maneuver the steep hill. Training is a central part of it in terms of getting your general license or your trailer license, Dr. Jones said at that time. He said that, based on crash reports from the police, some drivers involved in accidents on the Spur Tree Hill Main Road do not engage in low gear early enough to slow the vehicle. They depend rather on brakes, which can fail you, especially with very heavy vehicles, and turning around those curves often leads to the kind of news reports that we get about crashes, both non-fatal and fatal, he said. The number one warning to the drivers is to be extremely careful when they are going down that road, and also for those who are coming up the road, because you never can tell what may happen around those curves, he added. The senior police officer at the same time said overladen trucks were mainly to blame. As you start descending the hill, the first sign says engage low gear. But one of the problems is it doesn't matter the gear you engage in if you are overloaded. The vehicle still go run faster than the norm, he said. He said coming up the Winston Jones Highway from the east, heading west, puts a lot of pressure on the vehicles. It'll go run hotter than normal because the hill is long, all the way up the hill until you reach Hatfield. When it is time to descend the hill, that vehicle is hot already. Whether you engage low gear or you are using your brake just the same, it is not holding as when it was cool, he explained. If your vehicle is running too fast, you can't change gear in the middle of the hill. It is a combination of things that cause accidents, he added. Driving a truck around Kingston to deliver goods is different from going downhill. Different ball game, said the policeman. He added that inexperience and greed are also factors that lead to accidents involving heavy units. Plenty of truck drivers want to make 3 trips in one day, and it is not possible, he said. Ex-cop says lack of police service vehicle at Castleton Station driving up crime. A former policeman has expressed a concern over the lack of a functioning service vehicle at the Castleton Police Station in St. Mary, stating that it's emboldening people to commit crimes in the community. Oswald Ari shared his concern at an awards banquet hosted by the Devon Penn Primary and Infant School alumni at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, where the Member of Parliament for the area, Dr. Norman Dunn, was present. Noting that the MP is not an absentee leader, Ari used the opportunity to call for his assistance in addressing the issue. "We have some community issues really, and we want him to help us with it. First and foremost is the lack of a police service vehicle at Castleton. We have some worrying trending delinquencies morphing into gun crime, and we think the immobility of the police has emboldened the people who want to commit crime, and we don't want that in our space," Ari said. "We have been developing our little space with the assistance of the MP, with the assistance of our NGOs, and I can't stop mentioning Wog Water Valley Development Committee," he added. MP Dunn acknowledged the concerns raised by Ari and noted that he was already advanced in advocating for the community on the matter. "Every effort has been made. The Minister of National Security has been appraised of the concerns and the lack of vehicle. The current superintendent also knows that, and I think the minister on a radio program had indicated that some new service vehicles are in fact coming, and they are targeting the rural areas. So I'm most certain that our rural area will be one of those, and I will be having that conversation with him to ensure that we have the service vehicle in the Castleton service station," MP Dunn said. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.